My family tree is made up of impossibilities. From the roots to the flowers that aren't even in bloom. Women, both earth and water. By this I mean both compact and ever-flowing, both of which are nature's cancer to nurture. Both burn and mellow, both boiling and tipping over, and restraint, and restraint, and restraint, and undeserved restraint, and restraint so tangible that it keeps their hands on their sides, and their feet planted on the ground. The open door feels like mockery. They equated this to never leaving. This is not to say this is what defeat looks like. This is not to say they do not fight. This is to say that the fight is more than for themselves. The fight is for the seeds they've cultivated. The fruits that sprouted from their rainwaters, from the legacies they've housed in their wombs and pushed from their quaking thighs. Or in my case, cut from their flesh. Adam gave only a rib. Eve gave herself. I will tell you about my grandmother. How she nursed soldiers back to health during the war, and how she nursed my grandfather's broken heart from his war within himself. Became a mother to her 2 nieces, and later on married the man who once married her then dead sister. My grandparents had 6 more children. I will tell you about my mother. How she had to run away from a family who did not approve of the person who loved her. How my grandmother was her only ally. How my mother lost her firstborn to a disease whose cure would only be found 10 years after he died. My parents had 4 more children. All daughters. All impossible women. I'll tell you about my eldest sister. Became a mother earlier than society dictated, scorned by extended family who held nothing but their dignity. Public opinion is a fire, the fire, eternally waiting for bridges to burn. We never burned those bridges, but we never crossed them barefoot either, afraid of the heat and the collapse. My sister married this boy who had to grow up too early. They are not faultless, but they had to survive somehow. They have 3 children. The women in my family have this talent of loving unfaithful men. And by talent, I mean staying with them. By staying with them, I mean my grandparents were together until they died. My parents are still together. I still come home some days to their laughter and his beer bottle jokes. The imposter of a smile my mother wears when they aren't funny. Some days, I come home to silence. My sister and her husband are celebrating their 15th year. I do not like my brother-in-law. And I hate my father at times. But I've always been a lawless girl. But I'm bored of the tears of the women who share my blood, whose bruises I still see in their smiles some nights, whose lifelines take the shape of their children's pulse. If you ask me if I resent the men, I will tell you the story of my grandmother. How she bought baby supplies for the woman when my grandfather got pregnant. I will tell you how many broken tiles we have in the house. And all the broken things whose story I can remember. I promise you, my mother's spirit will not be one of them. I'll tell you the story of my sister. How I hope that one of her clockwork tears finally be the signal for her to come home. But even our home is made up of the decisions of my mother and her mother and her mother and her mother and her mother had to make. This is not saintly. There is nothing holy in the way we get so used to the pain. Why did they not leave, you might ask? Well, this is not Eden anymore. There are no snakes. and Adam can rarely be bothered. There are only the children now to see. Only the children.